We're going to be doing a giveaway, and the rules of the giveaway is I'm Will,
I'm Sin.
and this is our state finance. Today we're here with the Director of Nursing from one of the biggest influential persons in my life, my beautiful mother.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you?
Denise Johnson.
Hello. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited to be here today.
Of
Thanks
course.
for coming on.
We're definitely looking forward to everything that you have to say.
Well, I have a lot to say.
We just want to start off by saying thank you to you for working on the front lines with this terrible virus that's going around right now. We want to applaud you for that.
Yeah.
My first question is, I'm going to just start from the roots. What made you want to become a nurse in the first place?
What made me want to become a nurse? So there's a lot of reasons. I can remember from being a young girl, one of the things that was extremely important to me was being able to help other people. I've always liked to help people. I've always felt like I wanted to make a difference in someone's life. The other thing is I was raised up in the church. So to me, it's important to live with a purpose. And I think my purpose in life basically is to help others and to assist others through their healing process.
With your nursing path, could you explain how you went through college and what college was like in your nursing program?
Sure, that's pretty easy to go over. I think the nursing program in itself is extremely hard, but anything that you put your mind to and set your mind to, even if it's a challenge, can be achieved, especially if you believe. Like I said in the beginning, I was raised in the church, so faith is extremely important to me. So I know that anything I put my mind to that I can do. So college life, of course, is not easy. The transition into college life is a little hard, I think. But if you continue to press and put your mind to it and always have people that you can fall back on, those people that are mentors to you, those people that will send you a word every once in a while, you can do this, guide you through, help you, assist you. Always have someone in your pocket or someone that you can always call to help you, guide you through the process. And make sure that you stay around the right people when you're in college. You have to make sure that the right people are in your path, and you need to make sure that you're doing exactly what needs to be done. Even when it gets hard, you have to continue to just work hard.
So I'm sure your job is very stressful as a nurse. So how do you deal with like that stress and that you take on daily?
You know, that's a hard question. And I'm going to tell you why it's so hard, because the type of personality that I have, I don't know how to stop. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I continue on until the process or the mission is completed. So it's very difficult because as a nurse, you're dealing with patients that are sick, and sometimes you can always make a difference in their lives, but sometimes those patients may not survive. They may not live. They may have a terminal illness that can cause them to die. So it's very difficult to sometimes handle that, because you try your hardest as a nurse to want to be in the process of trying to heal someone, helping with their healing process and positive outcomes, but it always doesn't happen that way. But the one big, most important thing about being a nurse for me is that regardless of the situation, I know that every day when I go into work, I'm going in to make a difference in someone's life. And to see a smile on their face, or not even to see a smile on their face, to see a smile on their family member's face makes a big difference to me, just knowing that my presence was there and that I did all that I could for that particular person.
I was just talking to my cousin, Ajay. She's just getting into the nursing program. And she said the main thing that was different for her is that in college, they didn't really explain her the everyday schedule of a nurse. Could you explain the everyday schedule of a nurse?
The everyday schedule of a nurse can be difficult. I remember when I first became a nurse, and the reason why it's difficult is because you're dealing with people 24/7, and you have staff members or your coworkers that may be sick or want to take a vacation or something where you don't have enough staff, and you have to sometimes work a different schedule, or they may call you in to work an extra schedule, or you just may need to just continue to keep working even when you're tired or exhausted. So schedules and staffing can be a little bit challenging, but the one thing is that nurses always work together. We always pull together, and we always try to help.
What would you say like a nurse does, like their job description?
So a nurse, a lot of people think that nurses just give out medications. The nurse is the one that's mainly with the patients. The nurse is the one that spends the most time with the patients. The nurses are good listeners. They listen to the patients. They hear their problems. They hear different things that are going on with them. So the nurses do more than just pass out meds. We're a psychologist. I find myself sometimes being a psychiatrist. We pretty much assess the patients from head to toe. And if there's something going on with the patients, we give that information to the doctors, and the doctors will come in and assess the patients afterwards. But the nurse's job is an all-day job. It's 24/7, the whole entire time that you're in the facility. You're basically caring for that patient.
You guys do definitely have a lot on your plate at all times, and especially for those who are working 12-hour shifts, let alone an 8-hour shift. It seems like a lot to manage. And just like a follow-up question, how would you describe your time or your tenure from your first day until now? How would you describe the excitement, the curiosity, and just wondering what's going to happen next?
I will say, working as a nurse in any facility or as a director in any facility, I love what I do. I feel like I make a difference in people's lives every day. And that is what makes me feel like I'm living my purpose in life right now. I'm able to talk to people about education. I'm able to say to them, listen, if you're a CNA, let's build you up. Let's climb the ladder. Let's be a doctor. Let's be a nurse. I kind of persuade them into saying, you know what, let's do more. So it's not just being a nurse. I feel like my purpose is being, every day I'm living my purpose, because basically I am helping people in all different aspects of life, and pretty much just showing them different routes, helping them with whatever it is. People come to me sometimes if they don't, and this is not even about being a nurse, if they don't have money for their rent, or if they don't have money for different things like that, as a nurse, because you're such a caring person, you will look into different avenues to try to help whoever. So a nurse's job is never done.
So you have a lot of responsibilities as a nurse. What do you think the biggest challenges on a day-to-day basis is?
The biggest challenge on a day-to-day basis is basically you have patients that come to you and you're not able to, should I say, I mean, you do make a difference in their life, but they're at the end of their life, and pretty much there's nothing you can do but just keep them comfortable. It is a blessing to be able to just keep them comfortable in that last little bit of their life, but that's a very big challenge for me, because as a nurse, I want to do everything that I possibly can, and I want to see them to the healing process and positive outcomes, but it doesn't always end that way. So that's a challenge for me. The other challenge for me as a nurse is, and I don't want to get into the corona thing unless you guys want to, but that's a challenge right now too, because as nurses, we want to help the sick. We want to do the best that we can with the healing process. But what we're finding is that with some patients, there's no, you can do everything that you can, but there's nothing that you can do to actually save that person. So that becomes a challenge as well.
As we were just talking about the coronavirus, I just wanted to know the effects of the coronavirus on the nursing home.
The effects of the coronavirus are it's unknown right now exactly the causes of it. Researchers will tell you some things that they think cause it. I will say that the company that I work for is very knowledgeable, they give us information, they give us updates. I could not be working for a better company right now. But I do know that with the coronavirus, what happens is there's a lot of fear with people in the community. There's fear with nurses. There's fear with just about everyone about the whole virus in itself. So with that fear, just because you're a nurse doesn't mean that you're not going to have that fear, just like everyone else has. So I do see that people have fear. There are some people that don't have fear, but there are some that do. And basically that can be a challenge. So basically what we do is we educate them on the things that they can do to protect themselves and the things that we're doing to protect them as well. And also we stand the front line with them. As a nurse myself, I'm on the front line. I go in and out of the patient's rooms. I do everything that I possibly can to make the staff feel comfortable. I round on the floors all the time to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to not break the spread of the infection. So it's extremely important that we be there with them on the floors, assist them, and try to work our way through this, because the country really doesn't know a lot about it. We know a little bit. We're learning more and more every day. Sometimes by the hour, we're learning new things. So it is definitely a challenge when you're dealing with something that's unknown about it. So there is some fear.
The way you're describing it, it seems like your team is very tight knit and almost like family like. You know, it seems as though you all have a really close bond by the way you're describing it. And not even at your institution, but even across nationally, even across the globe. Would you say that there was a change in how close you have all gotten throughout this process?
Oh, I totally think that there's a big change. I think that the bond is so much closer now. We've always been close as a family type atmosphere, but I think the bond is much stronger at this point. And the bond is much stronger because we're all working together, looking out for each other, protecting each other. And I think that when people work together, it's like a family type atmosphere. And when people work together, it does grow people closer. So I'm going to look out for you and you're going to look out for me, and we're going to look out for these patients together. So that comes with being out there, educating the staff and speaking to the staff on a regular basis and being right there with them and explaining this is how this happens, and just going through everything that you possibly can to make sure that they know that we're all together. We're all in this together. So it is definitely a strong bond that's there right now. And I think that even after this is all over, I think that that bond will never be changed.
As working on the front lines every single day, how do you keep yourself and your family safe after coming home from working on the front lines at like the hospital?
So I have a complete routine at work and at home. And as far as keeping the family safe or keeping the work life safe, and when I'm there, one of the things that we do is every day, I pretty much meet with the staff and we go over do's and don'ts. We go over things that we think that's important and things that we think that people should not be doing right now. And we do that on a daily basis. We meet every day with updates. Throughout the day, each shift gets an update, the same update. And I also try to give them some type of laughter for 5 minutes every day on each shift. Even if I'm not there on the evening shift, which I work long hours right now, but even if I'm not there on the evening shift, I will call back on that shift and make sure that they get the same laughter call that the other people were actually received during the day. And what I mean by laughter call is one of the things that I did with the staff. Every day I do something different, but one of the things that I'll do with the staff is I'll ask them to go to a place that they consider to be a safe place. And that safe place could be church. And I'll also ask them to go to a place of relaxation. So that relaxation place could be Hawaii, which is one of my favorite places to be. But so when you're in your safe place, which could be church, God, and when you're in your relaxation place, I ask them to close their eyes for about 2 minutes, and they'll close their eyes and I'll tell them to see themselves in that safe place and also to see themselves in that relaxation place. I'll tell them to take their coworkers with them and everyone that's around them, surround them, the patients, everyone, because at that moment you feel protected and you feel relaxed. So I'll do that for about 2 minutes and I'll tell them to take some deep breaths in and out. And then afterwards, I'll tell them, now, whenever you're at work and we're stressing out, take yourself to that safe place, and that safe place with the relaxation, and make sure that you do that throughout the day so that you can kind of release yourself of all the stress that we're actually in right now. And I'm not even getting into detail with the type of stress that it is right now taking care of patients. But I am trying to give you a picture of how I try to get them to just relax, because you actually need that type of relaxation. So that's one of the things that I do for relaxation for the staff. They love when we go over the updates of different things that are going on, and when we're rounding on the floors and different things like that, that makes them feel like they're in a safe place. And I think it releases some stress as well. The other thing is we have cleaning stations. We clean ourselves thoroughly before we leave the building. And I have cleaning stations at my own home. I have a whole process of different things that I do to make myself feel safe. And I also share that with the nursing team. And so everyone feels comfortable with trying to feel a little relaxed and safe at the same time.
My final question as a team, this would be a question as a team. We all go to school at medically based schools. So we're around a lot of people who are trying to become nurses. What would be your advice to students in college that want to become nurses?
What would be my advice to students who want to become a nurse?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my advice to a student that wants to become a nurse, please, we can always use more nurses. It is such a rewarding position to have. I think that we all live with a purpose, and I think that nurses' purpose is to care for people and to make a difference in everyone's life and be a part of the healing process. So it really makes you feel good when you're able to help or assist. And I know that people, when they go to nursing school, they're not just going to nursing school just to be going to nursing school. They genuinely care about people. And as I said at the beginning, from a young girl, I knew that I wanted to be a nurse because I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to take care of people. So the profession in itself is very rewarding. And lastly, I would like to say that I think that being a nurse, you have to always remember that you have to do everything for the glory of God.
We're going to get into our quick hit segment. What would be your favorite movie?
My favorite movie was Taken.
Good choice.
Action-packed movie. And then at the end, it was a caring part where the dad goes and picks her up. So it's just a little thing about being a nurse, I guess, because there's some action all the time at work. And then the caring part comes in at the end, and the outcome is a positive outcome. So Taken was like one of my favorite.
What is your favorite meal?
My favorite? Oh, seafood, crab cakes, shrimp. It's just something about it. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite place you've been in the United States?
Oh my God, Hawaii. I've been there 4 times. I love it. There's a place in Maui. There's like this mountain that's like 15,000 feet up. And when you get to the top, it looks like you're in heaven. It's just beautiful. And I cannot describe how beautiful it is. And maybe this summer, if Corona is gone, we can all go to Hawaii. But I love it there.
I'd be down.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
What's your favorite thing to do with your son?
My favorite thing to do with my son, I guess, would go on vacation and I guess go shopping, buy electronics.
How was it raising Will? How was he as a child?
I can answer that. I was an angel.
How was it? So church was number one for Will and I, and basically Will was raised in the church. So that was a big help because I think what happened by him being raised in the church, he is a very calm, nice, well-educated person. And I could not say anything bad about him at this point. I think that he has done such a wonderful job at becoming a young man and being respectful at it. And I'm just very proud of him at this time in his life. And I know that going to church has played a big part in that. But I can remember him as a young child, even when he was in grade school and daycare and wherever he went, people would always say how well-mannered he was and the fact that he was just such a wonderful person. And I can see a lot of me in him. Like, he's very caring. He cares a lot about family, wants to spend time with family, wants to do things with family, and it's important to him to be able to help others. I've seen him over the years. We've been to like different places to help homeless people. So I think that even now that he's older, he will definitely continue to do that, even though I'm not here with him to do it because I'm working and he's working. I still see him doing that without me being present at this point.
What's your favorite TV show right now?
Oh my gosh. Okay. My favorite TV show. So William will tell you that Martin I've been watching Martin for I don't know how many years now. I guess about a year ago, I went to go see him in Atlantic City as well. But Martin, I just love Martin because he's so funny. And I'm one of those people that I like to have fun. And if anybody's been around me, they'll tell you that they know that I like to have fun. It's about, I like to work, but I also like to have a little bit of fun as well.
In our last interview that we had, I think that he had actually mentioned that you love Martin.
Oh my God, I love Martin. I know all the Martin shows. And my sister even will tell you that I can watch those shows for days on end and laugh like I never saw it. He's really funny. You guys should watch it. Like,
I watch it here and there.
If you have me on the show again, the next time we can talk about a couple of the episodes. I would like you to watch a couple of them so we can talk about them. They're so funny.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And you can tell me what your funniest episode is.
All right, cool.
We'll do our last round of quick hit questions, and then we'll go into our Would You Rather game. I think I already know the answer to this question, but since you are at a point of leadership, would you rather be loved or feared?
I don't know how to answer that question. Loved or feared?
Like by your coworkers and the people that look up to you, would you rather them love you as a person or fear you so they do what you want out of fear?
It's hard to answer that, and I'm going to explain to you why, especially now with Corona. I'd rather be loved, but right now I'd rather be feared. Because the reason why is because if they do something to cross-contaminate or do something to allow the spread of that virus in the building, it's going to cause all of us to get sick. So it's important to me that they fear what I'm telling them and that they do what I'm saying, because if they don't do what I'm saying, as one of the leaders was saying when I was listening to like a talk show, that virus is lurking outside of the building. It's waiting to find its way into the building. So it's just waiting for somebody to slip up, to make a mistake or to do something. And it may not even be because of our mistake, because the virus is smart and it's deadly anyway at times. But I just don't want our staff to make a mix up and allow that into the building. So right now I would say fear. I would want them to fear the fact that if they're not doing what they need to be doing at this present time, it can cause harm to all of us.
So you want them to fear the situation but respect your word on it?
Yes. Well spoken.
What's your favorite? I don't know how much you eat candy, but what would you say your favorite candy is? Or your favorite sweet snack?
Oh well, candy. I don't like candy too much, but I do like chocolate chip cookies, and I do like hot fudge sundaes, or either caramel sundae. Yeah. But I only eat with butter pecan ice cream, and I only eat that ice cream in the summertime. I don't really eat it in the winter. Mm-hmm. But I love butter pecan ice cream with hot fudge. It's just so yum. And one of the things is I love to travel. You guys didn't ask me that, but I think we did talk a little bit about it. But when we travel, I like eating different foods and tasting just really good food. So the best place that we went was I think traveled to was Italy. And I don't think William went to Italy, but when we went to Italy, the food was the best ever. It really was.
That's what I've heard.
It really was the best. They have the best food in the world.
I agree with that. But what do you, as a nursing standpoint, do you think everyone should be quarantined, even healthy people?
Well, I think that no one knows who has it at this point. Like, you can be walking around with no symptoms and you actually have the virus. So no one knows who has it. So I think that it's important that we all protect ourselves and make sure that we wear a mask when we're outside in the community, whether it be a hospital mask, because those are very hard to get right now. But whether it be a hospital mask or something that you made or someone made for you, I think that when we're out in the community right now, we should definitely have on a mask, because what the mask is pretty much doing is protecting your nose, eyes, and mouth, pretty much. Well, the goggles help your eyes, but it's protecting you from just touching it, because we don't realize how much we touch our nose and our mouths throughout the day, and that's how the virus is spread. So I think if someone sneezes or coughs on you, so you want to make sure that you have on a mask at all times when you're out in the community right now. And I do think that we need to be home right now. Well, I'll just share a personal story with my own mother. She is being a little hard-headed when it came to going out to the grocery stores and different places like that. And I explained to her, I'm already out. I'm a healthcare worker, so I have to go out. Let me get everything that you need. Just stay home. And she was having a difficult time staying home. She wanted to just go out and get stuff herself. So I shared with her, put a picture of me and your sister and your other daughter that's a nurse in your car. And when you get in your car, you think about the fact that you're putting their lives at risk basically every time you leave your house, because if you get sick from the virus, there's going to be a nurse that has to take care of you. And she could definitely catch it if she takes care of someone with corona, if she doesn't make sure she's doing the right thing. So we need to just make sure that we're protecting everyone when we come out. Wear a mask, and if you can, stay in the house.
We're gonna go into our Would You Rather segment. We'll ask a few questions and then we'll get you out of here because we're running. Would you rather go to Hawaii or go to Italy?
So that's an easy question. I'd rather go to Hawaii, and then on my way home, I'll go to Italy. And get some food.
Okay, would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors, or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren?
So if I go into the past, I'll get some wisdom. If I go into the future, I don't know what I'm gonna get.
You can give some wisdom.
Huh?
You can give some wisdom.
I know, but I'm just saying. He asked me what would I want, so I'm not really sure. I think I would probably want to go into the future, I guess, to try to give wisdom.
Would you rather work alone or work with a team?
Oh my, there's no I in nursing. You cannot do it by yourself. So, and a lot of people need to understand that there is no I, there is always we, and we're always together. And I preach that, practice that on a daily basis. We are together as a team and we're all one. So there's no I. You cannot do it yourself.
Would you rather watch Martin on rerun for the rest of your life or not be able to watch TV at all?
I'll watch Martin on rerun for the rest of my life. Martin got all kind of different things going on. I mean, everything that people are doing right now, Martin's already done. So all the shows that are coming out, they're imitating what Martin's already done. So Medea is one, and that's another topic for another day. But I'm just saying everything that Martin has done, people are doing right now. So, well, I really enjoyed you guys. Please have me back again sometime soon, and hopefully we'll get through this virus together.
We just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you, and I'm very proud of what you're doing with our community right now.
Most definitely.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless. God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Please come back. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tri-State, find us out.
Peace.
Keep fighting.